Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. I hope you're all doing well today. This is a bonus for the sign of Cancer. Thank you, Cancers, for the views you had on your what you need to know now video. So as a bonus, I am doing a little bit of a longer reading for you. I hope that it's nice where you are today. It is rainy here. Today is Wednesday, June 18th, but this is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on it, I trust there will be a message here for you. Please don't forget, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, Cancers, let's get right into it. So the decks they wanted me to use are the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid and the Enchanted Map. The Wisdom of the Oracle cards flipped out upside down, so I don't know what they are. We'll find out together. The Enchanted Map Oracle is number 9, Stormfields, and you see there are some paths. They are kind of checkerboard, black and white. There are a few flowers. There's a house, and there is a big storm over that house. So let's see what the message is from Stormfields. Are you going through something right now? This too shall pass. This too shall pass. An uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things that you've left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Pent-up energy needs release, just as a storm in nature must break. For these events occur when the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates a temporary disorder. Not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever is being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again, and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. All right, Cancers, so looks like there's some sort of tension, possibly between you and somebody else. So let's see what the Wisdom of the Oracle has. Okay, 18, serendipity, and 38, to be fair. All right, let's look at 18. Serendipity first and see what that has. Sorry, usually I do that. I left them turned over because that's what Spirit told me to do. Typically I have these ready to read. You see she's kind of flying up into the air. There's a 4-leaf clover there. Serendipity. 18 is a 9. That's accomplishment. That's almost getting to the end of a cycle, completing a cycle. Opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. Excuse me, I don't know why my throat is doing that. So, again, with the serendipity card, you have the Stormfields, and you have the conflict and whatever is going on with you and another person, but there will be an opportunity as long as you're ready for it, an opportunity. Be aware of synchronicities that may happen, right? And be aware that alignment can be magical, right? Magical alignment. So possibly something is going to happen, something's going to come in that is going to help that situation, help you change that situation, understand that situation, and see the changes that will come about. 38, this is an 11, this is a master number. 11 is a master number. To be fair. And you see there, she's standing there, she has an owl on her head. That's wisdom, knowledge, knowing. And then she's balancing two things, one in each hand. One side looks like it's going to tip over, and the other side, one side is a fortune cookie, the other side has something I can't make it out, but she also has 4 arms. What are you trying to balance? It looks like maybe there's a difficult time trying to balance it. Could be to do with that Stormfields card. Okay, balance, justice, a need to consider your options, mutual benefit, and the law of cause and effect. Yeah. So for every action, there is a equal and opposite reaction, is kind of the saying, or maybe that's a science thing. But yeah, so to be fair, you're going to have to take into consideration all your options when it comes to the storm fields, and be on the lookout for something that's going to happen. It could be a conversation, it could be somebody else chiming in, whatever the situation is. But be on the lookout for some sort of magical alignment, and maybe the magical alignment will actually happen, possibly between you and whoever this person is that you have conflict with. All right, let's see what the tarot has to add to these oracle messages for you, Cancers. Hopefully this isn't anything that's too awful bad. We go through conflicts. I mean, sometimes we have friends that we have to let go of. We have conflicts maybe with coworkers, and family members, right? So we have to sometimes look for the rainbow after the rain, so to speak. Look for the sun coming through the clouds, to see what's happening. Oh my gosh. All right. These are, wow, action and passion. Lots of wands here. Lots of wands here in this reading, Cancers. Oh boy. Did you get that Judgment card? I think you got that in your What You Need to Know Now reading, if I remember correctly. Sometimes I remember, sometimes Spirit will let me remember. You got a bonus card out of the tarot. All right, let's take these as they came out. Your bonus is actually the Ace of Wands. That's a new offer, new beginning coming in really quickly. Wands are action and passion, as we said. All right, Nine of Wands. This is Wounded Warrior. This is when you've gone through something that's been extremely difficult. You've planted all these 9 wands of whatever that is. Could be work, it could be anything. It could be work, it could be a project, it could be a side business. It could also be in relationships, right? You're getting ready to plant that 9th wand and move on with things. You already had 9 was the Stormfield's number. 9, when you add 8, 1 and 8 is 9 with serendipity. This is your third 9. So Cancers, you really are getting to the end of a cycle. The end of a cycle. It is coming to the end of that cycle, and then you will be able to have that Ace of Wands new beginning. Then you have the Six of Wands, action and passion. Sixes are small victories. Whatever the small victory is, take it and run with it. You will be celebrated for this victory. You may be celebrating yourself, saying, wow, I did this, and this is what I needed to do, and I'm really proud that I got this done. Queen of Pentacles. This is feminine energy that creates a lot of abundance. So, creating your abundance for you, your happiness for you, what she is creating with this Queen of Pentacles energy is beauty around her home, maybe around her office. This is somebody that has a lot of abundance, that's maybe creating some sort of generational abundance, generational wealth, generational knowledge, this is what Spirit is giving me. That you are creating this, that you are, with your experience and your hard work and your victories and getting to the end of a cycle, you are creating some generational abundance, okay, whatever that may be. It doesn't necessarily have to be material things, because the Queen of Pentacles is very, very happy when she's in her, surrounding herself with all the things. So this could be, you could be in your bedroom or your reading room or on your sun porch, and you're just appreciating the peace and solace that you get from being there. I'm giving you what Spirit is giving me. That's not typically what comes through with the Queen of Pentacles, but what can I say? Now you have more wands. Action and passion are very prominent in this reading for you. This Seven of Wands is defending your position, right? You are being attacked by somebody's words, and this goes along with the storm fields, and you are defending your position. You know what's right for you, and you are defending it. There's lots of light from behind him. Sometimes it's difficult to defend our position, right? We feel like we're being knocked down, knocked back, and, we're not getting anywhere with doing that. Um, Sometimes you have to compromise. The feeling I'm getting from this at this time is you know what's best for you, just like we said with that Queen of Pentacles. Then you have Judgment. This is 20. This boils down to a 2. This is a choice. You may have some sort of very difficult and important choice to make. Gabriel is blowing the trumpet there, and these people are waking up and being called to some sort of action, being called to do something. So you'll have to figure out what that is exactly for you. And then you have the Five of Swords. Fives are change, swords are communication. This person has just been through some sort of wordy battle, some sort of disagreement, some sort of argument, and he is taking his sword of truth, right? Holding up that one sword. He's packing up all that he's said and he's walking off the field, right? There are other people who possibly have been hurt by these conversations. Maybe he himself has been hurt. But this is similar to that Nine of Wands. You see, the Nine of Wands, he's planning that last wand. He's getting ready to close out that chapter and move on. This Five of Swords has a similar energy. He's getting ready to walk off the field. It's like, okay, I've said all these things. I'm taking my truth and I'm moving on. And then that bonus card that came out for you was this beautiful Ace of Wands. This is new opportunity, right? So there must be a new opportunity after the storm fields coming through for you. Excuse me. New opportunity coming through with that Ace of Wands after you've gotten through this. So remember the 3 nines, remember that. The storm fields, some sort of storm brewing with another person, some sort of conflict, looking out for the magical moments that you can take advantage of there. To be fair, right? Balancing things out. And she's got all those 4 arms just trying to keep things in balance. And then the 9 of Wands, getting ready to complete a cycle. The 6 of Wands, taking the small victories where you have them. The Queen of Pentacles, surrounding yourself with the beauty and abundance of rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, and appreciating everything that you have built, right, Cancer? Everything that you have built. Then moving on to the 7 of Wands, where you're defending your position. Hey, this is what I've done or what I've said or what have you, and you're defending that. Judgment, that's a choice. You're being called to do something or say something or be involved with something. How are you going to answer that call? And then the 5 of Swords. I'm feeling like things need to be said. My throat keeps getting a little, I keep having to clear my throat, and my throat chakra is getting kind of muddled. And so there may be things that need to be said, which leads us right to the 5 of Wands, right? 5s being change. So you may need to just change your stance on things. Where you've defended your position, you may need to say, okay, I've said these things, because swords are communication. I'm taking my truth and I'm walking forward. Therefore, that new opportunity with that Ace of Wands presents itself. Wow. Well, Cancer, I hope it's nothing too painful that you're going through, but it's obvious that there's, something there. All right, let's see what the animal oracles have. Actually, nope, now they want me to go to the mini deck of the same, the mini gilded, and we'll see if there are other messages that Spirit wants. Okay, did you have something else you wanted to add to this, Spirit? Was there something else that you needed to add to this message about the storm fields? Something else you needed to add for my Cancers, please? Let's see. 2 of Wands, that's a choice card. More wands, more action and passion. Whatever this situation is for you, it's very passionate to you. Devil, doing things in excess, to excess, your fears. What are you afraid of right now? There's your card. This is definitely your reading. The Chariot coming out, letting you know, Cancers, this message is for you. Okay. All right, let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Nope. All right, that's it. All right, let's see what we got from the... All right, so the Chariot is your card. This card also indicates moving forward but being pulled in two different directions. So that makes perfect sense with that Stormfields card. But we'll put you right there at the center of the reading, Cancer. This is definitely for you. And then you have the Two of Wands, more wands. I can't believe how many action, passion cards are coming out here. So this is a choice. Which way are you going to go? Are you going to go down the lighted path, or are you going to take the road less traveled? Only you know what's right for you and your situation, but there's definitely a choice. Then is the Devil. This can represent Capricorn. If you have Capricorn in your chart, or you have Capricorns in your life, this could just be indicative that thinking about that Capricorn energy of that person may help you get through this situation. It can also be your fears coming, like with this situation with the Stormfields and what you have to do and what you need to do and what you're being called to do and the choices. You may have fear about what is coming next, or about what to do with that Stormfields conflict situation. But fear is false evidence appearing real. And it seems to me that you know what to do. You have that Queen of Pentacles. You have your own card, right? You probably know what to do. Sometimes we're afraid to take that step, right, with a person that we have conflict with. This can also be doing things to excess, right? Overeating, overworking, overstimulating yourself with things. Sometimes we do that when we don't want to face a situation. It's kind of like putting our head in the sand, but we're doing it with our actions instead of non-action, right? So it can be that. This can be addictions. I don't know if this person that you have this conflict with has some sort of addictions, some sort of issue with that. Now, addictions don't have to be drugs. Some people automatically think that. It can be addiction to praise. It can be addiction to videos. It can be addiction to scrolling. It can even be addiction to another person, believe it or not. So you have that energy. Then you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent Taurus, so you may have some Taurus in your chart, or maybe there's a Taurus near you that you can call on, similar to what I said about Capricorn. If there's Capricorn energy or a Capricorn person, you may think about that person. Same with Taurus. But this is also the energy of tradition, traditional beliefs, religious beliefs, family traditions, things like that. It's also a card of wisdom and knowledge. So what I'm feeling is that you have the wisdom and knowledge to get through this. It's like, planting that last wand, having the victory, defending your position, knowing what you're going to choose, where you're going to go, right? The choice. You have the wisdom to know, but sometimes it can be difficult, to put that into action. Okay, wow, quite a packed message there for you. All right, now Spirit is ready to go on to the Animal Oracle. Well, I hope that the situation resolves itself without too much pain for you. Small victories, right? Appreciate those. Appreciate the abundance. Wherever your comfort space is, that's what I'm hearing. You may need to do a little bit of a retreat into your comfort space. All right. Let's see what the Animal Oracle has. Don't forget to look for the magical moments, right? That could be the small victories. Sometimes things aren't perfect, but then a little thing will happen and it will make us really happy. And that little happiness can go a long way, Maybe you've had conflict with a person, but you're still able to look at what some of those good things are. And that may be how you get through the conflict. Small victories. That's, we're all human beings walking a different path. And sometimes we have to remember that, even in our marriages, in our parenting, with us as parents, but also with our parents, different things that happen. First card out is Cat. That's number 16. That's 7. Seven's a reflection, reflecting back on our actions, on what we've said, what we've done, and figuring out if any of that needs to change. And Bear. Okay. So this is my new animal oracle deck. It's quite fascinating. Look at this cat. Isn't that gorgeous? All the stars and constellations. Cultivate your independence and intuition. Yeah. So as I was saying with that Queen of Pentacles, how the message that I was getting was that you may need to retreat to your happy space, to your comfort zone. You may need to just take some time. And that cat is definitely showing that. And then you have Bear. This is number 4. This is stability or stagnation. 4s are, you can be stable or you can stagnate. In order not to stagnate, you have to go forward with some sort of action, right? Find strength in calmness and reflection. Wow. I mean, those two cards are saying the same thing, Cancers. Cultivate your independence and intuition. Find strength in calmness and reflection. This being a 7, it does mean reflection, right? And we've already talked throughout this reading about you going into your happy place. All right, well, Cancers, I truly, truly hope that this has helped in whatever that situation is. If this is your reading, obviously you'll know that. If it isn't, just leave it behind and come back for the next one. Just remember that this too shall pass. That was the message from Stormfields, right? And all those 9s you got are telling you you're almost completing that cycle, whatever that is. Okay? Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.